Japan and South Korea are often mentioned in the same breath. Both are advanced Asian economies. Both rose from post-war devastation to become global industrial powerhouses, and both lack significant natural resources. Yet, today, despite their similarities, Japan and South Korea are moving in sharply different economic directions. Understanding why reveals a lot about how modern economies succeed and struggle in a changing world. Japan's economic story is defined by scale and legacy. For decades, it was the second largest economy in the world and the undisputed symbol of industrial excellence. Its corporations, like Toyota, Sony, and Mitsubishi, dominate global markets in automobiles, robotics, precision machinery, and advanced manufacturing. Think of the intricate components in your phone or the robots assembling car. Chances are Japanese engineering is behind it. But Japan's greatest strength, stability, has also become its biggest challenge. After the bursting of its massive asset bubble in the early 1990s, Japan entered a long period of slow growth, low inflation, and cautious investment, often called the lost decades, rather than collapse. The economy adapted by prioritizing resilience over speed. Companies focused on preserving jobs and maintaining quality, even if it meant sacrificing rapid expansion. This created an incredibly stable society, but one that struggled to generate new excitement and growth. South Korea's rise, by contrast, has been nothing short of meteoric. In just a few decades, it transformed from a low-income, war-torn country into a global technology and manufacturing hub. Names like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai are now household names worldwide. Korean conglomerates, known as chaebol, now dominate critical industries like semiconductors, smartphones, shipbuilding, and electric vehicle batteries. Unlike Japan, Korea embraced risk, rapid innovation, and an aggressive, export-driven growth model. Its economy is smaller than Japan's, but its momentum has been undeniably stronger, particularly in high-growth technology sectors. While Japan was perfecting existing products, Korea was creating entirely new markets. This dynamism made it one of the world's most impressive economic success stories of the last half-century. However, both nations are staring down a shared, formidable challenge: demographics. This is perhaps the most serious threat to their long-term prosperity, but the severity and timeline differ. Japan has the world's oldest population. A shrinking workforce and rising social security costs are putting enormous pressure on public finances. With fewer young people, domestic consumption is weakening, and companies struggle to find enough workers. It's a slow-motion crisis that has been decades in the making. South Korea faces a similar demographic cliff, but on a terrifyingly compressed timeline. Its fertility rate is the lowest in the world, plummeting to levels never seen before in a developed nation. Experts warn that Korea could face Japan's demographic challenges even faster. But with a crucial difference: it has less accumulated wealth to cushion the impact. The country got rich quickly, but it may get old before it gets as wealthy as Japan, creating a unique and urgent problem. Monetary policy highlights another key contrast between the two. Japan has lived with ultra-low, even negative, interest rates for decades. The Bank of Japan has been pumping massive amounts of money into the economy to fight deflation, a persistent fall in prices that stifles investment. While this has kept borrowing costs incredibly low for companies and the government, it has also created zombie companies that survive on cheap debt and has reduced the incentive for real productivity gains and bold private investment. South Korea, operating in a more volatile global environment, has taken a more conventional approach. Its central bank has been quicker to adjust interest rates in response to inflation and capital flows. This makes its economy more sensitive to global financial shifts, as we've seen with currency fluctuations, but it also gives policymakers more flexibility to manage the economic cycle. It's a more nimble, but also more nerve-wracking approach. Their styles of innovation also differ sharply. Japan excels at incremental innovation, what the Japanese call kasen, or continuous improvement. It's about refining existing technologies to perfection. This is why Japanese products are legendary for their quality, reliability, and long-term engineering excellence. They may not always be the flashiest, but they are built to last. South Korea, on the other hand, favors speed and disruption. Korean firms are famous for their poly or hurry culture. They are often the first to market with new technologies, willing to take huge risks, and incredibly fast to adapt to changing consumer trends. This difference explains why Japan continues to dominate complex industrial machinery, while Korea leads in fast-moving sectors like consumer electronics and memory chips. Their exposure to global trade also shapes their respective paths. Japan's economy is vast and highly diversified, with exports spread across many global markets and industries. This makes it less dependent on any single trading partner or product line, providing a buffer during global downturns. South Korea is far more export-dependent, with trade making up a much larger portion of its GDP. Its economy is heavily reliant on global demand for a few key products, especially semiconductors. This creates phenomenal growth potential when demand is high, but it also creates greater vulnerability to global recessions, supply chain disruptions, and geopolitical tensions. Culturally, the way economic decisions are made also paints a picture of two different worlds. Japanese corporations famously prioritize consensus building, long-term employment, and social stability. Decisions can be slow, as everyone must be on board, but this approach fosters loyalty and consistency. Korean firms are typically more hierarchical, ruthlessly competitive, and performance-driven. Leadership is top-down, and decisions are made quickly to seize market opportunities. This fuels their aggressive expansion, but can also lead to intense internal pressure and less job security for employees. These cultural factors influence everything from investment choices to workforce flexibility and corporate governance. So, who is better positioned for the future? It's a complex question with no easy answer. Japan offers stability, massive accumulated wealth, and deep global industrial influence, but it struggles with stagnant growth and a severe demographic decline. It's a heavyweight champion who is growing old and slow. South Korea offers incredible innovation, speed, and technological leadership in the industries of tomorrow. But it faces a demographic time bomb, high exposure to global economic cycles, and intense internal competition. It's the agile younger challenger who is burning bright but risks burning out. Ultimately, this comparison shows that there is no single formula for economic success. Japan proves that an economy can survive, and even thrive in certain ways, through long periods of stagnation without a complete crisis. South Korea shows how aggressive, risk-taking growth can create global champions in a single generation. The real question is not which country is stronger today, but which model will adapt better to the future. A future where the global economy is becoming more fragmented, populations are aging, and technology is disrupting everything. In the coming decades, Japan and South Korea will not just be competing with each other. They will be competing against time itself. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis interesting, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the global economy. See you next time.